The great hall of the Astral Council buzzed with tension as Ambassador Reed entered. Representatives from 100 alien species turned to stare at the lone human, some with curiosity, most with contempt. The 7 High Lords of the Dracian Empire didn't bother to look up from their elevated platform. To them, humans were barely worth acknowledging. "You arrive late, Earth Dweller," rumbled Lord Vex, his scaled skin shimmering under the chamber's lights. "The Council has already voted. Your appeal is denied." Reed maintained her composure despite the crushing news. "The colonies on Proxima Centauri are under Earth protection. The Empire has no right." "We have every right," interrupted Lord Tarn. "Your species has been spacefaring for less than 3 centuries. The Empire has ruled for millennia. What we want, we take." The message was clear. The Dracian Empire, with its vast fleets and technological superiority, considered itself untouchable. Humanity's protests were merely amusing, like a child throwing a tantrum. "This meeting is concluded," declared Lord Vex. Reed bowed stiffly and departed. Once outside the chamber, she activated her comm link. They refused. Send the signal. Captain Wilson stood on the bridge of the EDF Thunderbolt, Earth's first Nemesis-class warship. He'd served in Earth's defense forces for 30 years and had watched humanity struggle to gain respect among the older spacefaring civilizations. The Dracians, in particular, treated humans like insects, annoying but ultimately inconsequential. "Signal received, Captain," reported Lieutenant Bell. "Operation Reckoning is authorized." Wilson nodded grimly. For 10 years, Earth had maintained the facade of a middling space power, with outdated ships and limited military capabilities. It was all carefully orchestrated deception. Behind Jupiter's moons, hidden in dimensional pockets that the arrogant Dracians never thought to check, humanity had built its true fleet. "Alert all ships," Wilson ordered. "Commence Phase 1. Across the solar system, 200 warships emerged from hiding. The Thunderbolt led the vanguard, its revolutionary quantum drives propelling it toward the nearest Dracian outpost with impossible speed. On the Dracian throne world of Axis Prime, Grand Admiral Mox received the first distress calls with disbelief. "Impossible," he hissed, watching as the holographic display showed human warships decimating the Empire's forward bases. "Their technology is primitive. Their fleet consists of barely 50 obsolete cruisers." His aide, Commander Pell, studied the incoming data with growing alarm. "These are not the ships we documented. Their design is entirely different, and they're utilizing weapons technologies we've never seen from them." Deception, Mox realized. They've been hiding their true capabilities. More alerts flashed across the display as human forces struck simultaneously at 12 critical Dracian strongholds. The Empire's vaunted defense grid, believed impenetrable, was failing against weapons that somehow bypassed their shields entirely. "Deploy the Imperial fleet," Mox ordered. "All of it." The Battle of Helios Gate marked the first major confrontation between the full might of Earth's hidden fleet and the legendary Dracian Armada. The narrow spatial corridor was the only direct route to Earth's colonies the Dracians had dismissed as barely worth conquering. Admiral Jones watched from the command deck of the EDF Vindicator as the enemy ships approached. The Dracians maintained their standard formation, confident in their superior numbers and technology. "They still don't understand what they're facing," Jones remarked to his executive officer, Commander Grant. "Pride before the fall," Grant replied. "Humanity's greatest advantage has always been that others underestimate us." Jones nodded. "Launch phase disruptors." The human fleet released thousands of small devices that the Dracians initially ignored as debris or primitive mines. When activated, the disruptors created localized phase shifts that rendered Dracian shields useless. Their mighty warships, suddenly vulnerable, faced the full brunt of Earth's gravity lances and quantum torpedoes. The battle lasted 3 hours. When it ended, the remnants of the Imperial fleet retreated in disarray, leaving behind the wreckage of over 500 ships. On Axis Prime, the 7 High Lords gathered in emergency session. The holographic displays around them showed successive defeats across multiple sectors. The unthinkable was happening. The Empire was losing. How could humans possess such technology? demanded Lord Vex, his earlier arrogance replaced by barely controlled panic. Lord Tarn studied the battle reports. They've been developing in secret while presenting a facade of mediocrity. Every interaction, every negotiation, it was all calculated to make us underestimate them. The humans request an audience, announced a nervous aide. The chamber fell silent. After a moment, Lord Vex nodded. Display the transmission. Ambassador Reed's image appeared before them, but she was no longer dressed in the simple diplomatic attire they were accustomed to seeing. She wore the formal uniform of Earth's High Command, adorned with medals and insignia that spoke of a military history the Dracians had never bothered to study. High Lords of the Dracian Empire, she began, her voice carrying an authority they hadn't heard before. You have 48 hours to withdraw all forces from human-claimed systems and prepare to receive our terms. Terms, sputtered Lord Vex. You dare dictate terms to the Empire. Reed's expression remained impassive. Your forces have been defeated in 17 major engagements. Your shipyards at Nerix and Valor are under our control. Your home defense fleet is currently engaged with our 3rd Expeditionary Force and will not last the night. She leaned forward slightly. You thought yourselves untouchable. You were wrong. The transmission ended, leaving the High Lords in stunned silence. 1 week later, Captain Wilson watched as Dracian representatives signed the Treaty of Sol. Under its terms, the Empire acknowledged Earth's sovereignty, withdrew from disputed territories, and agreed to substantial reparations. They still don't understand how we did it, Wilson commented to Admiral Jones as they observed the ceremony. They never will, Jones replied. The Dracians believe in inherent superiority. They can't comprehend the human capacity for adaptation, deception, and strategic patience. Wilson nodded. They thought they were untouchable, and now they know better, Jones said, as will any other power that underestimates humanity. Across the galaxy, other civilizations received the message with clarity. Humanity was not to be dismissed. Behind their diplomatic overtures and seemingly modest technology lurked a species of incredible ingenuity and resolve, one that had methodically prepared to assert its place among the stars. The age of human expansion had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same.